studio today is this Priya Yogi, who is an art educator, mixed media artist, and founder of Play and Paint Studio in Klang. She also has a new venture called Artscape Performing Arts. Hi, Miss Priya.
Hi.
Welcome to Borat Seni.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Can you share a little bit about your background?
Hi everyone, my name is Priya Yogi. I'm known as Teacher Priya among client people. I'm the founder of Play and Paint Art Studio and also Artscape Performing Art Studio. I'm a mother of two, my boy and a girl.
I believe your passion and love for art was way back in your childhood and while you were residing in the United States as well.
Yes.
So you have gathered all this experience of art and things like that. What inspired you to become an art educator? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, it's actually it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
It started 12 years ago actually. I earned my degree in dietetics from UPM actually in 2008. But then due to my husband's job scope, I didn't get to practice as a dietitian. So we were traveling a lot because he was in the oil and gas industry, so we traveled a lot. So during this travel, art became my companion.
Yeah.
It became my best friend, I would say.
Yeah.
So what happened in around, let's say, in 10, 12 years ago to be exact, we were in US and I was like, I was all alone with my son. My son was only like 1 year old at that time. And it was a very tough period actually because I'm a cancer survivor. So I was diagnosed with cancer at that time. And just like 2 weeks from that time, my son was diagnosed with mild cell vaccine. So that kind of it was a devastating moment because you don't have your friends, family, no one is with you and you're all alone there.
You really have a strong support system.
Yeah, there's no strong support system and all that. And that's when actually I started doing more art. Even before that, when we were traveling, I was already painting. But I never had an idea, to become an artist or to become an art educator. No, I'll just simply paint and I'll be giving it as a gift, because I'm a self-taught artist at that point. I never really had any
vision,
any
goal.
nothing that sort. But the thing about me, from young, I was always doing something to do with art. I was doing my degree in dietetics, but all art-related competition I'll be taking part in.
You're just a creative person.
Yeah. Even though I was in science stream, I still took art for SPM. So that was the only art education, at that point of time. So, at the point of both me and my son, so my son he had intervention, he had to enroll in early intervention program, right? So he'll have interventions almost every day. And I have to go for my surgery and all that. So at that point of time, I had really good friends who encouraged me. And one of them, she was actually an artist and her mom had an art school. So that was kind of that was one of the things that inspired me. But the fear in you that you're not good, you don't have a background in it, right? But they were encouraging me so much. So at that point, I became a member of an art gallery in Puma, Louisiana. So that was one of the things that actually inspired me a lot because you meet a lot of like-minded people. And then I get to take part in their exhibition. They're very supportive, they don't really see, they will not see your color and everything. So they're so supportive. And the friends of mine, they'll buy my work. Whatever I paint, they just buy for the sake of buying, or they'll keep saying, it's very nice, they just buy it for me and all that. Then I took my son to every day there'll be some activity, right? So I took him to the library one day and then they had this art competition, which is kind of a state level competition.
Wow.
And the title was Inclusion. And I won the state level and I was awarded by the governor of Louisiana at that time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Bobby Jindal awarded me. So that again.
So this has really sparked and motivated you.
Yes.
Saying that this is my path.
Yes.
Because I think, when we go through something bad in life or a dark period in life, you need something to actually turn things around for you.
Yeah.
And I think art is actually a healing therapy.
Yes, definitely. For me, me, I would say it saved my life.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason all this started. And then my son also, right? So he has fine motor skills difficulties.
Okay.
So he can't write and hold at that time because he was still in therapy and all that. So we paint. Every day I make him sit down, paint, and do anything, just using his hand, feet. So messy play, all this started that time itself already. But still I didn't have planned to open an art school, no, because I'm still I didn't really have a plan at that time. And then another thing that happened was the art gallery. I was awarded another award. It's kind of like a creativity for the painting I did on Moon in the spring.
Okay.
And then the State Bank there, they bought my painting, and the painting is still hanging there.
Wow.
So these are the things that happened to me. Then suddenly we had to come back again because something happened at home, and we had no choice. So I was a bit worried to come back because it's 7 years away. My degree also, if I come back, I can't be a dietitian. So I can't practice it and all that. So when I came back, again it was kind of like a downfall. Because I was scared again. I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't have any plans and all that. And my husband had to work in overseas again, but me and my son have to be here because we have to look after her. So that's again, that time, again I had some issues. I got into serious, like a bit of severe anxiety. And because it's too many hospital visits either it's for me or for my son. So it was my life was just hospital and home, and it was So what I did then, I thought, okay, I want to study further my studies. So I went and did my master's in early childhood because I love kids. I love being around with kids and all that. So I thought, I'll just open a clinic. So I wanted to further my study. I did my master's in early childhood education. But when I was doing my master's there, again I met a lot of amazing people. So that group of people was kind of different, because we had doctors, we had all different age groups,
different professional levels.
So all of them were actually advising me. They say, Priya, why do you want to open a clinic? Why not focus in your art? So at that time I was teaching kids, my neighbor kids and all that, around 5 of them in my house, on the dining table, we just started while I was doing my masters. And all of them said, why not you just focus on your art? And I was like, yeah. And one of them, she owns 2 films. She was asking me, why not come and do art as an enrichment program at my clinic? So I was like, you sure about it? Then she said yes. So the good thing that I did before I came back, I actually brought back some lessons. So I already have, and then with my master's degree, so I'm able to apply and all that. So I started doing the art classes in the kindergarten first, and also at home. And I used to go to homes, just just to spend more time with kids, just to know and understand and all that. So that's how it first started. And from there, and I got pregnant with my daughter. So at that point of time, I was like, I think it's about time. So what I did was back of your head, you don't have to degree in arts, you are a self-taught artist and all that was bugging me a lot. Then I came across the thing called Train the Art Teacher program by Jennifer Tan. So I thought, I'll just go and see what is it all about. So that was my first kind of thing, when I went there, I realized, I have all the skill set that's needed to do this. And the same week, I went in one place. That's how I actually that's how I started playing paint. And my husband been very supportive because at that point of time, he realized that I need space. Just being home, it wasn't helping me with my health condition and all that. So he was like, what, even if you don't have children, never mind. I'll just pay for you the rental. Just start. That's how it started, So just going and having my own space, and I had a photostat machine that made me so happy. I know it might sound funny, but having my own photostat machine kind of excited me, kind of I can photostat and I can do so many things.
I think what excites me is to have a printing,
printing machine
that can print in color.
Yes, and better reference and all that. I don't have to run to the shop and do it myself and all that. So that was kind of like excited me so much. So that's how it started with just 10 students playing paint.
So this is actually quite a very fascinating story, I would say. And then, knowing that you're a cancer survivor, so that is very remarkable because you can work your way through. Speaking about cancer survivor, I'm also a lupus survivor, but that is another story for a different time. Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I would like to know how do you approaching teaching art to students of different ages and different skill sets? So you might have students that are maybe 5 years old. How do you approach them in 10-year-old, 12-year-old?
So, with my, since I've done my master's degree in early childhood education, so that's actually a good place where I learn how to come up with proper lesson plans and all
Yes.
that, right?
They give you a guidance how to go about it, instead of jumbling up things, everything. You have a system and a process to do it.
And like I told you, like I had a friend, and she was kind of like my best friend, because when I was sick and all that, she was looking after me there. And mom owns an art school, still running an art school there. So that's another way, like, how to, I came up with the lesson plans. I use certain lesson plans for different age group. I'm still coming up with new lesson plans also, but my next plan is to train teachers. Yeah, I did that kind of
So
stuff.
I think this is a very amazing journey because we do not find many people who has this passion or this drive to help children. I mean, not only fostering the interest of art as well as performing art. So I think we have a very big heart there. Okay, I would like to move on to the next question. How do you gather ideas to spark inspiration for the children? Because when they come to your class, how do you go about nurturing them to have ideas? How do you do that?
Yeah, I usually take note things that inspires me. So if you see at the moment now, this is from my travel, from my personal experience, art history, and also children's art. Children's art is totally different, They have their
everything.
Yeah, and now with the new trend of like going into process art, not to do product art. There's a lot of school of thoughts like, with children, we should only do process art. We shouldn't be, doing any product art because if you want their creativity, we have to build their creativity, then we shouldn't be doing so much. But for me, we have to do both. After teaching them this long, I feel like both is needed, because product art kind of like teach them to be a bit more disciplined and follow instruction and all that. Process art is just like, expressive and all that. But if you do only that with them, after some time, they don't want to do the other things.
Because they're already flexible.
They're so flexible and all
they
that.
don't go to rigid method that you have to draw exactly the eyes and
they
the
don't want
and that.
Yeah. But I would say do both. They should be given an opportunity to do both. What happens in Malaysia, especially in kindergartens, they only do product, They don't do process because they don't want to get the place dirty and messy. No, so if you go and then everything will be identical. So I don't agree with that too. I feel like you need to have a balance of both.
Throughout your teaching journey, I'm sure you have come across a lot of memories, a lot of good memories. Can you share with me one sweet memory that has validated you saying that, yes, this is what I'm born for?
Too many actually. So I just share something that been happening recently. So I have this student. Her name is Sejal. She's 14 years old, and she has mild autism. And two of her painting being sold in an exhibition. She took part in a special artist exhibition. So even last week, one of the paintings got sold.
Wow.
So I'm very proud. Very proud of her. And very happy for her, because from where she started and where she is now, I feel like there's something.
Yeah, you have molded her.
Yeah.
So I express it.
Yes.
So I think.
And for me, it's like a learning too, Rather than me calling myself a teacher, I would say I'm a student for my students. I'm learning from them.
They're part of them.
Yeah, it's like, no, I feel like each of them are teaching me something. It's kind of like a two-way thing, Rather than me thinking I'm teaching them, sometimes I feel, what, they are teaching me so much. I'm learning so much from each of them because they're so unique, right?
Yeah.
They have their own ideas, and kids, they don't lie. They don't like you, they don't like you.
Very honest and genuine.
Yeah, teacher, your dress not nice today. Like they'll be so so that innocence, right? You don't get it anywhere else. So I think that's another thing that really excites me.
Yeah, give you a pure joy
to
deal with
teach them.
kids who do not have any bad thoughts or bad intentions. They come with a clear mind and they just draw and paint as they are. So that brings you joy. Yes. So Priya, may I know what are the challenges that you face as an art educator throughout these years? I'm sure there's a lot of difficulties, dealing with parents and struggles and things like that. Could you share with us?
Like I told just now, like when I first started, I just had like 5 students, and then I opened my studio, it was like 10. To get the trust from parents, because who am I, right? So
build that foundation.
so the first thing they'll ask, oh, do you have degree in fine arts, right? Even after I came back, I actually went and learned with Mr. Yo and Heng. He's the principal of Art Specialist Center in Klang. So I started learning with him because I want to improve my skills.
Sharpen your skills.
Yeah. So I went and I started learning with him. So parents always ask me, like, don't have a degree in arts, like, and there are so many well-established brands. So I'm like, I'm still a nobody in that field, right? So to gain their trust, it took such a long time. So for me, it's by word of mouth that the other parents come to my classes. It's not even social media actually.
I think good testimonies.
Yes, that's what actually helped in my case, and that's how I was slowly built. So for me, it's like that's a big challenge, to maintain that standard, to ensure that each child that comes to me actually learns something from me. So it's like, for me, like that it's very important. If you're already with me, I want them to take back something from me, right? Because for me, art moves you, right? It's kind of like a holistic thing, It's not only about painting and becoming an artist. It actually molds you to become a better person. So that's how I look at it. And then, so like I said, the struggles I face with my students, each of them are very unique, right? They have their own personality. So it's like you have to tailor it. Even though you have a team, you have to still tailor it to see their level. Because you don't want to stress them, right? You want them to come to class being happy and going back happy.
Yes.
So that's kind of like challenging because sometimes I'll fail. Sometimes, they won't be so happy with whatever project you're coming up with. Sometimes, they'll be so upset with what they draw. All kind of things. Some of them, doesn't matter what it turns out, theirs is the best. Like, what teacher, mine is the best. Okay, yours is the best.
Yeah, I think also, right, having a good relationship with the teacher and the environment, the friends that they make, right, being friends with everyone there, I think that motivates kids to say, I want to come to the art class. Okay. So I think that matters as well.
Another big struggle that I would say is, currently art is not an important subject. So schools, they don't teach art during art lesson.
So what role do you think the education plays in fostering creativity?
I think it plays a very important role because, especially now, the kids are looking up with gadgets and, they're no longer playing social media, and they're no longer going out and playing, including my own son, Even though, like my son, he can't draw because he still has an issue. Thank God, it's all fine. He's going to a regular school. He's doing perfectly fine. Thank you to all that early intervention I did. But still, he don't like drawing. It's my son, right? People might think it's my son, he can draw. No interest. He's not into drawing and all that, but he don't mind painting. So that's why he likes abstract. He understands abstract painting better than me. So that's how I look at it. So something did happen to him with all whatever that he learned, right? He'll be able to explain a painting, an abstract painting, better than me. I'll be like, okay, you can see all that, will be excellent. And he'll be like, what, I can hide this animal in my house, So I would say the biggest struggle is the art not being an important subject. So if you see like my students, my form, but they are very good in painting and drawing, but they are not allowed to take art.
Yes.
Because they're doing science stream. Like our time on, we can still, even though we're in science stream, we can still take art. Right now, they're not allowed to. Schools are no longer encouraging them. So I feel like art should be introduced more, It actually helps them to you're saying that teenagers are having depression, teenagers are doing that and doing this.
It should be being creative.
Yes. We need, doesn't matter what form of art. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be visual art. Any form of art,
Art and innovation,
yes,
crafting,
anything.
People
even like dance and music and all
performing
that.
arts.
Performing arts actually calms down there.
So like art and music is a therapy for our soul.
Yeah.
It brings so much joy.
So I don't understand why it's no longer important. Why is it not important? It's like, so I always get this from my students. Teacher, we don't have art class today. Teacher replaces it because she wants to finish up his syllabus. And so I would say this is one of the biggest challenges we have.
So Priya, I would like to ask you, what advice would you give for aspiring art educators? Like those youngsters who wants to be an art educator. What advice or what tip that you can give them? Because you went through a long struggle to acquire your masters and all that, to build a foundation, to build trust. So what would be a better thing to do for the young artists who to inspire us to be an art?
I think the first thing is you have passion for it.
Passion.
If you're not passionate about it and highly doubt,
it will not sustain.
Yeah. And the thing with me now, you need to have passion for both. For kids and art. I would say like not everyone likes kids, Because I've hired teachers, they can't deal with kids. They are artists, but they can't deal with kids, They don't want to be around kids. Why are they so noisy? Why are they kids?
Liking kids is another thing, but handling kids is another thing. I think the handling part a lot of people have to do.
Because the kids won't walk. You ask them to take something, they'll be running. And like if you don't have experience with kids, so sometimes I'll say like if I'm not IRM, I prefer their mother. If not, I'll think twice to hire a person if they're not a mom, Because I've noticed if they're not able to, they'll come and they'll be like so stressed out. Because the teacher, like every 5 seconds, right? Like the teacher, why did the teacher like? So some of them they find it very stressful, and I'm like enjoying that.
So Priya, we are already at the end of our session. Now my last question would be, would you like to share with us your future plans, project, ideas, dreams that you have?
Okay. In terms of future project, like I said, I'm coming up with some new lesson plans, new set of lesson plans actually, and I would like to train teachers because I can't be everywhere, right? Like now I'm only in Penang, and I do have online lessons, but the physical class will actually give you more,
the personal touch.
Yeah, it's a personal touch. So I'm hoping to train more teachers that's able to carry out lesson plans like what I'm doing, because mine involves a lot of pain also. It's not only about art, like you have to teach that in a playful way so that it actually goes into that and all that. So that is one of my main aim. I have done 2 exhibitions before with my students' work, so I'm hoping to do more in future. So for now, that's all I have in mind, and hopefully I can open up another branch. Hopefully.
Another branch near us.
This is quite far.
So Priya, thank you for your valuable input. It is really great to have this conversation with you. You've shared a lot of experience and insight, and I think it will bring a lot of benefit for the audience who are listening. So thank you for coming to Bryan.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.